How's it going, everyone? Happy Friday. The weekend is here. I hope you guys had a great week. It's time to talk some music. So, Russell Simmons, he was blasted by his ex-wife Kimura and his daughters. All four of them have been in a public disagreement on social media, something that is very sad. I wish it had never happened. I just don't understand why people, especially grown folks, take their issues to social media. I just don't get it. But this is a very sad case because this all happened during Father's Day weekend. Russell Simmons, who is 65 years old, he expressed his feelings on Instagram. Go check the post. I'm not gonna say everything that he said, but basically, to summarize, he basically blames the devil. He is very upset that he did not get to spend time with his daughters, and this caused Kimura and her daughters to respond back, and it's just one big mess in that family. Russell and Kimura, they were married for about 11 or 12 years. They divorced in 2009. Russell, as much as he has accomplished, he is no stranger when it comes to allegations. They were rape allegations, a lot of accusations towards him. So he's no stranger when it comes to that. So a lot of people will look at it and say he has no credibility. People like, why should we feel sorry for him when he has all of these issues going on? But it's a very sad case. It's a sad case. I feel that when it's a family situation, you have to try to keep that as private as possible. I don't care if you're a public figure. I don't care how rich and wealthy you are. When it's involved your kids, don't take it to social media. It just, most of the time, people are not gonna care what you have to say on social media. So I feel that if it were me in that situation, I would have done it behind closed doors, because that's sensitive when it comes to your daughters, even your ex-wife, who's the mother of your children. It's better to keep it private and not express your frustration on social media. Jim Jones, he recently on High 97 said that the Fugees might be the best hip-hop band when it comes to live performances. That intrigues me. I can disagree with him because, number one, Jim Jones is older than me, so therefore he saw them performing live. I saw them performing live through TV, but when you're watching an artist or a hip-hop band, and when you watch them on TV and when you watch them in person, it's two different situations. It's a complete different ball game. When it's live, it's effing live. It's a way better experience than watching on TV. So I have no disagreement with that. In my opinion, if I were old enough, I mean, I was born in the early 90s, all right? But if I was born like in the 70s or 80s or even in the early 80s, I think a hip-hop band that I would enjoy watching up close would be A Tribe Called Quest. A Tribe Called Quest is one of my top 5 favorite hip-hop groups of all time, and I believe they're arguably a top 3 greatest hip-hop groups of all time. Again, I said arguably. In terms of greatest hip hop groups, top three: Wu-Tang, Outkast, and A Tribe Called Quest. That's my list. So I don't have nothing to say about Jim Jones and why he thinks the Fugees is the best band when it comes to live performances. So, and I love the Fugees. I mean, my oldest sister, she had their album, The Score, which came out in '95. And I was about 4 years old when that album came out. But I remember seeing the album cover at home. And the very first song that I remember listening to Fugees was Killing Me Softly. I feel like that was my sister's favorite song. I could be wrong, but that's the one song that always stood out to me. As I got older, I fell in love with the song Fuji La. But that was a great album, great band. Love that trio. I wish they could have done more albums together and put out more successful records together, but some bands have short stories, some of them have long stories. And in my opinion, the Fugees was a short one. Jim Jones also said that artists like Slick Rick, Rakim, and KRS-One had a major influence on him. And those are great names because I admire and respect all of them. Slick Rick, to me, is my favorite hip-hop storyteller, aside from Biggie and Ice Cube. Slick Rick, especially from the 80s, is my favorite hip-hop storyteller and probably one of my favorite hip-hop artists of that era, of the golden era of hip-hop. Children's Story and Hey Young World are two of my all-time favorite Slick Rick songs. So yeah, Slick Rick is the real deal. And I love his wardrobe. I mean, every artist gotta have an identity. Every artist, have to create their own niche. And I just like Slick Rick because of over the top 50,000 chains they wear on his neck. His rings. I remember, I believe it was Halloween 2012. This is when I used to dress up for Halloween. I don't do that anymore. I was wearing Slick Rick. I tried my best to dress up as Slick Rick. I had the eye patch. I bought one big gold chain. I wish I still had the picture with me to this day so I could share with you, but I don't find it anywhere. But I did my best. I had the hat, the chain, some fake rings. I just wish I put more chains to make it a real authentic Slick Rick look, but I did the best that I could. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys for today. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, be safe. And may God bless you all. Have a great weekend.